Live from London, this is BBC News.
Well, hello. How are you? Hi, it's Craig. It's Craig at Fludded. And shut up. It's Craig at Fludded. Nice to see you. Nice. The TV licence fee is to rise by £10.50, government has announced. The BBC saying, we need the price to go up in line with inflation. Do freelancers get paid more money in line with inflation ever working in television? No, we do not. If anyone doesn't know, I work in television. I make it. I've made many shows for the BBC and continue to do so. And they're all garbage and trash. And I'll be the first one to admit it. I make trashy TV every now and then. Sometimes I do good stuff. The current BBC licence fee of £159 will increase by £10.50. A rise of 6.6% the government has announced. The figure has been determined using September's rate of inflation rather than an average across the year due to the recent fall in inflation, blah, 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 boring inflation. So it means it's going to be £169.50 to get your TV licence. It raises by a smaller percentage. We'll leave an expected funding gap of around 90 million. There's still going to be 90 million down. In April, it was frozen at £159. But yeah, the BBC are upping the license, £10.50. I mean, talk about read the room. So what do we do? Well, we start asking ourselves, do we still need a license at all? I haven't had a license for maybe 4 years, and I don't miss a jot. I don't miss anything that's happening. I have a television still, and I watch it, and it's 100% legal. You do not need a TV license to watch the television. You will not miss out on anything at all if you don't, apart from perhaps some garbage, if you don't have a television license. So how is that possible? Well, it's possible because the only thing the TV license gives you permission to do is watch live stuff, pretty much. So what does that mean? Well, if the BBC is broadcasting a live show, i.e. it's happening, cameras are there, and it's all been sent out to a mast and sent across the airwaves or through digital whatevers to your computer or your TV or whatever TV receiving equipment you're using, like something like Strictly Come Dancing's live, so you wouldn't be able to watch the live. So basically live stuff, live news, events, things like that, you wouldn't get access to anymore. So you wouldn't be able to watch, King Charles being crowned, you wouldn't be able to watch that. Things like that. You need a TV license to watch all that stuff live. That's not just on BBC. Any broadcasting channel, broadcasting anything live, you cannot watch it legally unless you have a television license. Now, that also applies to recorded programs, because you might think, well, hold on, it's not a live show, it's recorded, it's edited in an edit suite, it's not live. Well, it is, because it's been sent out through the same channels, and it's been sent from either a tape deck or from a hard drive, and it's somebody's hit a play button, the broadcaster's hit a play button, and it's playing out live. So that's still live broadcast. It's called linear television. Which is basically they've got a scheduled list of all the shows. That linear television for you is going to go away if you don't have a TV license. But do you care? For example, are you never going to see Doctor Who then? Well, of course you are. You're not going to be able to watch it on iPlayer because the BBC won't let you watch iPlayer unless you have a TV license. But you can watch stuff on your Disney Plus app. You can watch your Channel 4 app, your Channel 5 app, your ITV app. All these apps, you can watch programs that have already been broadcast or are sitting there and, waiting for you to demand them. It's called on demand. So you can watch any on demand stuff. The only place you can't watch on demand is the BBC, and it sticks out like a sore thumb that they're the only app you're not allowed to use unless you have a TV license. What happens if you stop paying for your TV license, declare that you're not watching live television anymore, and then continue to watch it anyway? Well, what happens is the third-party organisation hired indirectly by the BBC start banging on your door and start telling you stories, and they'll try and literally get their foot in the door, and they'll be trying to gather evidence that you are actually receiving live pictures. So, for example, if they did gain access to your property and they saw that there was a TV plugged in by an aerial socket to the wall, and receiving pictures through a dish or a set-top box or anything like that, if they see that there is the capability set up to receive live pictures, that's a pretty good case for them to say you do have the ability to receive television, therefore you should have a TV license. And then I think it's about £1,000 fine. Video it all, put it on the internet, tag defund the BBC or whatever you want to do. It's terrible PR for the BBC when those videos go live. And these poor people who come round to your house, I feel sorry for them because they're just trying to do they're probably all on like £11.45 an hour, and they're doing their job, which is like to try and they might not even have TV licenses themselves, but it's kind of there's a thing called implied right of access, which means if you've got a pathway leading out to the public street and there's a gate there and it's not locked, the implication is that you're happy for people to come and knock on your door. You've implied that they've got the right to come to your door. So as soon as somebody does come to your door, as long as you're recording it, or they've got a camera on them, you just need to state that you're withdrawing the applied right for access for that person. That then tells them that they're no longer that then changes their status to trespassing. And they should respond to that. And if they don't, then you might have a case against them. Probably not much of one. You probably got weeks and weeks of a pain in the arse legal procedures to go through if you decided to take it further. But yes, you do not need to ditch your TV license. I did it over the phone. It took me about 4 minutes. Very nice lady I spoke to at TV licensing department explained it all to me. You can go to the TVC licensing website. It explains everything. It says the license lets you watch or record TV on any channel via TV license, watch live or streaming services. That's the sticky bit. You can still watch videos on Amazon Prime, on YouTube, on Channel 4, as long as they're not coming out live, as long as Amazon are not broadcasting that as it's not available as on demand yet, then you are receiving live pictures, and you're not supposed to do that. It is in the UK, that is. It's such a draconian, stupid rule. And the reason I kind of decided to stop having a TV license is it was just such a stupid rule. It ain't going to work. The BBC has some of the best content ever made in the history of television. It used to be admired as a world-class broadcaster around the world, and it needs to work to getting that status back. It needs to focus on training people to be the very best TV production people that they can be, so that stamp of BBC trained, which is what I've got, actually means something again. If they need to stop competing for ratings with other organisations, they need to stop paying presenters and celebrities a lot of money. Say, there should be a cap in it, and the BBC should say, well, if you don't want the capped amount that we're offering you a year, then go and work for ITV. And they will go, and that's fine, because that then means a new breed of experienced presenter can come through and just really focus on creating world-class people, delivering world-class quality of service. So there you go. The BBC's increasing it. The BBC have actually made a statement. I'll put myself there. Or should I put myself there? Put myself here, look. It says, the BBC is an important and beneficial intervention in the UK media market. It is absolutely right that we debate how it's best funded to ensure the BBC programmes can thrive, not just today, but in the future, performing a role where it projects the UK's values across the globe. It does not do that. While also producing them. The BBC's got a bad reputation across the globe with certain demographics, and they've got huge problems, and nobody knows who's responsible at the BBC. Nobody takes responsibility. All its presenters are off on Twitter getting political, breaking the rules. BBC doesn't enforce anything. They're hiring freelancers who don't pay any attention to the guidelines and then just carry on making TV and broadcasting with absolute failure to be impartial. Because if you're a freelancer, why would you go to the website to read the rules about what you should and shouldn't do? So the quality of output from the BBC has been suffering. Now, having said that, there are some excellent shows made by the BBC. Well, I would say maybe not made by the BBC. They commission other companies to make them for the BBC. Is the BBC really the top-end quality programme maker that it used to be? I don't know if it is. It fires out so many contracts to independent sectors, or the independent sector, that is unbelievable. We believe that the public service should be at the heart of the BBC, and we need to ensure that if there are changes, that the public fully understands the implications of them, so that we all have a BBC that everyone can support and benefit from. The government has confirmed that the licence fee will be in place until at least 2027-28. Wow. So that's like another 5 years of this nonsense. It's time to go, isn't it? It's time to all this silliness to end. The BBC definitely, the government have agreed to this. So it really is going to be a matter of, I think it's the government sort of playing a game of, we're going to make this broadcaster so unpalatable to an already massively taxed society in the United Kingdom that they're just basically going to force the BBC to change its whole the whole way it operates. And I bet they're already looking at modules, business models for how do we monetize the iPlayer. So it's interesting days. I'd love to know what you think. I know that people are very angry with the BBC, especially when you got presenters giving their finger to the camera, like we saw the other day or yesterday. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm quite active there, or you can get me on Twitter at Fludded. Yeah, enjoy your day. Let me know what you think, and go to tvlicensing.co.uk and just fill in the form or give them a call. That's all you have to do if you want to cancel your license. It's no biggie. And happy viewing. Catch you later.